Hello family, we are back again on this channel. Remember my last video, I told you about a series we'll be having on this channel, which is the graduate school series. So today is principally about that. Exactly. So prepare. If you are preparing for graduate school, anything graduate school, we have an amazing personality with us and he will assist us in the process. But before we get into today's show, guys, I would like to recommend a company for you, and they are doing very well with their services. It's Nexon Group, the gateway to IT solutions. So I'll provide you with certain services they render. They are into web design, they are into programming and app development, they are into graphic design, networking, CCTV installation, and security system installation. So you can check the description box and you follow them on Instagram. You can check their page on Twitter, you can check their page on Facebook. It's Nexon Group. Don't forget to place a call. Don't forget to call them for any IT services. Okay, so in today's video, I've already given you a gist, and there's a big man here. I want to give him pressure, but I don't know how to give him pressure. I mean, I don't know where to start from. So, okay, so we have an amazing person with us. He was the past president of the Civil Engineering Students Association in KNUST, and now he's doing great things. I mean, you will get to know when he starts speaking. He's in the person of NatDave, Obin Amwakon. So, guys, he's going to gist us, he's going to take us through certain processes we need to know when applying for graduate school. So in this video, it's principally about why you should apply for graduate school and the prerequisites needed. So we're going to get real quick into the session. Over to you, boys.
All right. Thank you very much for the opportunity. Sure. My government name is NatDave. Yes, but I prefer to be addressed as NatDave. NatDave is, let me say, the combination of Nathan and David. NatDave. All right. So thank you once again for the opportunity to educate your viewers on the need to apply to graduate school. All right. For so many months now, I've always been getting people getting in touch with me, contacting me on how they can apply to graduate school, why they should apply to graduate school, how they can end up getting some fully funded offers. So that's basically what I'm going to talk about today. So first of all, when it comes to opportunities, graduate school opportunities, or even all other forms of opportunities in general, USA is the go-to country. So USA is actually the most generous country when it comes to the award of scholarships, especially for graduate studies.
I see.
Right. And what makes them the most generous country is their government is investing so much money into research.
That's nice.
All right. So it's actually scholarship, but it's a special form of scholarship called assistantship that they offer to their graduate students. If we say graduate studies, that's what in Europe or in UK they call postgraduate studies. So it's the same thing, undergrad and graduate. Undergrad is a bachelor's, and graduate or postgraduate is a master's or PhD.
Okay.
Right, after bachelor's, right? So what happens is that the scholarship is coming from your prospective supervisor. It's in your supervisor's pocket. It's money that has been won in a form of research grant.
Okay.
Right. So your supervisor will kind of, let me say, employ you into his or her research team. Then you assist him with his research work, maybe writing of literature reviews, doing this, doing that, assisting him in his lab, and it is based on this work that you get some money from his grant. So what actually happens is, once you are able to secure this scholarship called assistantship, there are actually different types of assistantships. You have graduate administrative assistantship, you have graduate research assistantship, and you have graduate teaching assistantship. The most common one is a graduate research assistantship, right? So I'll talk more about that one and then briefly talk about the others.
I was even going to ask the differences, so it's good you're going to talk about it.
So let me talk about the other two first, then I'll throw more light on the graduate research assistantship. So with a graduate administrative assistantship, your guess may be right. Those graduate students are the ones in the offices, so maybe you may have someone in the head of department office or in the dean's office, or maybe in, let's say international students office, all those kind of offices, right? And the assistant those there, that's basically what they do. But that form of scholarship isn't common, and it's quite difficult getting it from Ghana. Maybe if you are already studying there and the advertisement is made on the department's website or school's website, you may apply and then get in. But as a fresh student applying from Ghana or from any African country to USA, the graduate administrative assistantship position isn't really available for us, right? So let me talk about the teaching assistantship too. When we hear graduate teaching assistantship, yes, it doesn't mean you'll be teaching. Most American professors don't like it, don't like to allow their assistants to teach for them, right? So what you'll be doing will be pretty much what TAs here in Ghana do. Maybe marking scripts, leading lab sessions, invigilating exams, maybe holding contact hours with students, organizing tutorials and all that. But it's not likely that you'll be teaching the class. That one, the professor would want to do it themselves, right? So now let me talk about the main form of assistantship, which is a type of scholarship called a graduate research assistantship. So with a graduate research assistantship, like I said already, you'll be working in the lab of your professor. Now let me talk about how you can get this graduate, how you can obtain this graduate research assistantship. All right, so we have something called cold email. Cold email actually is you sending an email to someone who isn't expecting an email from you. All right, so what you have to do is, the first step is to identify what you want to do in graduate school. You should know that graduate school is more about research. Although there are some exceptions. All right, we have professional programs, but those professional programs hardly come with scholarship. Full scholarship, very hard, because you're not really contributing much to the school. You're not really useful to them. You're just there to obtain knowledge and leave. All right, but if you find yourself in a research-based program, that one you'll be conducting research and adding on to the research that is being done in the school. So at the end of the day, they are going to benefit from you. So they funding you won't be a complete loss to them. And examples of professional programs are MBAs. There is no MBA in this world which is fully funded, unless maybe your current employer needs you to have that skill, and that employer will maybe sponsor you for your MBA. Besides that, it's very difficult for you to get a fully sponsored. And even with engineering, right, so you have the professional based programs. Those ones are Master of Engineering, MEng. All right, and the research base is Master of Science. So if you are looking forward to obtaining scholarship, then I'll rather recommend that you apply to the research-based program. It doesn't mean you'll be doing research throughout your study, but you'll be doing some research, and it doesn't mean after doing a research-based program, be it a Master of Science program or Doctor of Philosophy program, which is PhD, it doesn't mean you must necessarily work in the field of academia. There are so many PhDs who are currently working in the industry. Right? Just that you don't need a PhD to work in the industry, right? So that's pretty much it. So with the assistantship, what you do is you just assess yourself. Where do you want to have your graduate studies in? So I'm going to use myself as an example. I am interested in transportation engineering, right, which is under civil engineering, right? And even under transportation engineering, there are so many research areas. We have connected and automated vehicles, CAVs. We have intelligent transportation systems. We have traffic control, modeling. We have sustainable transportation. We have a whole lot. Some are even into demand modeling. Some are, even with the transportation, some are into aviation, railway, transportation, pedestrian, bicycle, cyclists, and all that, right? So for me, I have interest in quite a number of them. And sometimes it's not all about your interest. For me, I wanted to do transportation engineering. So what I did was I just Googled the schools, right? So for instance, if I've heard about, let's say, Cornell University, right? So I just Google Cornell University Civil Engineering Department faculty members. All right, then just click on the hyperlink that will lead me to the faculty page.
Okay.
In US, faculty means professors or lecturers.
Sure.
Right? Yeah. So I'll just click on the hyperlink that will lead me to the faculty page, and then go to the profiles of the faculty members there. Look at those who are into transportation engineering. Even under civil engineering, there are so many aspects: transportation, environmental, structures, geotechnical, water resource, a whole lot, right? So just check the profiles of the professors who are into transportation engineering. You have all their information, and you have their email address, contact, research activities, and everything. So if you identify a professor who is conducting research in the area of, let's say, intelligent transportation system, and you pick the professor's email from there. Okay. Right. Then you send the professor an email. So something like, "Hello, Professor so and so. My name is NatDave. I hold a Bachelor of Science in Civil Engineering degree from Ghana's Kwame Nkrumah University of Science and Technology." Right. And you should take note that so many other students will be emailing the professor, so your email should stand out. Maybe
so I want to ask one question. When writing the email, you have to write everything combined, not like hello, hi. Get that reply, right?
Yeah, professors don't have that time to reply hello, hi. Okay. So many people text me on WhatsApp to make enquiries, but they'll just enter my DMs, hello. I really don't know the response for hello, right? So if you want to make enquiry, you put everything together. For me, I don't mind whether you greet or not, whether you ask me how I'm doing, because even if I tell you I'm not fine, you can't do anything about it, right? So just go straight to the point. Hello, maybe I had your contact from so I'm reaching out to make inquiry, blah 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 blah. If I see such a message, I'll respond. But if you just leave hello in my DMs, you might not get a response. And it's the same for professors. Professors are even busier people, right?
Very, very.
So you should take note that so many students are emailing them. All right. So if you have some accomplishments which you think are notable, you may want to talk about them, but not all professors are so much interested in those accomplishments. Their main interest in, does your research or do your research interests align with his research activities? That's the main thing they are interested in, right? So if you have some accomplishment, maybe you may talk about the fact that you earned so and so award during your undergrad study, but don't dedicate so many lines to talking about that. Then you go ahead to say that you are interested in pursuing your graduate studies in this area, and whilst searching or checking the university's website, you came across his profile and you realize that his research activities in the area of, let's say, intelligent transportation systems are in line with your research interest. So you're reaching out to him just to find out whether he is accepting students into his research team for, let's say, if you're applying for fall 2023, right? For fall 2023, and you appreciate the opportunity to talk more to him, introduce yourself to him, learn more about his research, those kind of stuff, right? Then you attach your CV and academic transcript. These are the two documents that they are really interested in. If GRE is a requirement, you may want to attach your GRE score, but due to the pandemic, most schools have waived off their GRE requirements, because during the pandemic, the schools didn't want to expose test takers to the risk of contracting the virus. That's point one. And point two, most test centers were closed down. So that's the main reason why most schools decided to waive off the GRE requirement. So for fall 2023 application term, now let me briefly explain the fall. All right, so the main application term is fall. You also go in August, September, sometimes July, right? And some schools also accept students in spring. Spring semester starts in January, and a very, very few schools accept students in summer, May, June, thereabouts, right? But the main application time is fall. All schools accept students in fall. That's the main application term, and that's where most of the scholarships are. So if you are considering scholarship, I would recommend that you apply for fall, although you still stand a chance of getting scholarship even if you apply for spring. Right? But not all schools accept spring, right? So before I went to the fall, all right, so I was basically talking about the code emails, right? So that's the first step All right. So after sending this code, if the professor is interested in you, he'll respond. Then maybe schedule an interview with you or give you the go ahead to apply. Once you get a go ahead from the professor to apply, or once you get a professor who is interested in you, your funding is assured.
Wow.
Right. The professor can't give you admission. Right.
That's true.
And let me say this one too. When it comes to graduate studies, the admission and funding decisions are made at the department level, not like the undergrad that everything goes through the registrar of the university. For graduate studies, the decisions are made at the department level. So every department has their graduate admissions committee.
Sure.
It may not be a large committee, let's say a 3-member committee, 5-member committee, who assess applications. I'll soon be talking about the requirements for graduate applications, and then offer admission and then funding. All right. So what happens is, even the best schools, the best universities, the Ivy League schools, MIT, Stanford, and the rest, they don't have strict admission requirements.
Okay.
You may get a best of schools. Let's say Columbia University may have their minimum GPA requirement to be 3.0. Even with that one, if you don't meet this requirement, and you still get a professor who is interested in you, you stand a chance of getting admission and funding. I know someone who will be attending Columbia University, which is one of America's 8 Ivy League schools, this fall, which is August. He graduated from University of Ghana with a GPA of 2.1, which is extremely low.
2.1?
Yes, 2.1.
Oh, wow.
On a 4.0 scale, right? So it's not all about your GPA. I'll talk more about that later. All right. So once you get a professor who is interested in you, the professor will push for your admission and then fund your studies for you. So now let me talk about the requirements for graduate studies, right? So every school has their own requirements, right? But generally, these are some of the requirements. First of all, we have the statement of purpose. Even with a statement of purpose, there is no general one. I don't know if I'm permitted to go deep into that, right? So every school, every department has their prompts that they want you to address. I can even read samples for you, but I'll do that later. Then some may request for personal statements. I'll soon talk about the difference between statement of purpose and personal statements. Okay. Some will also ask for academic CV, and with the academic CV, because it's a research-based program that you're applying to, they are more interested in your academic experience, research experience, teaching experience, more than a professional experience. Those ones also count, but they are not so much interested in those. What they are particularly interested in is your research experience. Trust me, even if your grades aren't that good, and you have adequate research experience, maybe you publish some papers, you stand a very high chance of getting accepted into a fully funded program in America. All right. And everything I'm saying is for USA, but almost the same thing applies to Canadian schools as well. All right. So that's it. Some schools, not some schools, most schools also ask for letters of recommendation. Most schools ask for 3, some ask for 2. And here again, most of them prefer academic references, recommendation letters from past professors. Okay. All right. But if it's not possible or you are finding it difficult presenting academic references, they may accept recommendation letters from what we call professional references, maybe recommendation letter from your current employer in the industry, right? So that's it. And of course, your academic transcripts are also part of the requirement. Academic CV, I don't know if I've talked about that already. And a very few schools ask for diversity essay, and even with that one, applicants are sometimes exempt from it, right? So they usually ask the whites to write to demonstrate their commitment to diversity and inclusion, because they should be able to recognize that the school isn't for them. Even though the school is on their land, it's not for them, and they should expect to interact with students from marginalized groups, Africans, females, right? So those people are usually advised or mandated to submit diversity essay. Of all the schools I applied to, only Purdue University requested for a diversity essay, but even with that one, it wasn't mandatory for me, an African, so I didn't bother submitting a diversity essay. So there are so many requirements, and to know the exact requirements, you just have to go to the university's website. So for instance, if you are interested in applying to Florida State University, just type Florida State University graduate program application portal or something. Right. Then you select the correct hyperlink. You'll be asked to log in. It's similar to what we do here in Ghana when you're applying to KNUST. You fill the online application form. That's how it is. All right. So that's just an overview of the general requirements. All right. So now let me talk more about the statement of purpose. Like I said, every school has their own statement of purpose prompts. So let me read some of the prompts to you so you know exactly what is expected of you. But generally, with a statement of purpose, they want you to demonstrate that you are the best fit for a program. All right, you need to demonstrate that the program exactly suits you, suits your interest. So let me read some SOP prompts. SOP is just an abbreviation for statement of purpose. So this is from Michigan Technological University.
Sure.
So you have to write a statement of purpose to demonstrate a passion for and knowledge of your intended plan of study using the language of the academic discipline. All right. So this one, if you're applying to, let's say, a chemistry program, you need to use the chemistry terms for them to know that you're passionate about the chemistry or you have knowledge in chemistry. All right. So a statement of purpose is an academic writing, not a novel. Ever since I was a kid, no. We've been reading those kind of boring stuff all the time. They want to know more about you. All right. So they went on further to say, describe any professional work experience and relevant internships. Describe your research, leadership, publication experience. Articulate how a graduate degree will help you achieve your future goals and career aspirations. I'll also read one from MIT, Massachusetts Institute of Technology. I've actually applied to the school.
That's the goal for you.
Yeah. And I'm waiting admission.
I know that is the goal for you.
Maybe as we are talking, let me even check my email. Maybe they've sent me a status update on.
If you check it and then grant the application, we just ended the show.
On my application. So that's it. All right. So with MIT, they requested for statement of objectives.
Okay.
All right. And they say your statement should separately address the two following topics, maximum of 1 page for each of them. Number 1, experience. You know, to describe one or at most 2 relevant academic or research experiences with technical detail to clearly convey the motivation for the work, your responsibilities and tasks and conclusions, and how you dealt with unforeseen challenges. Then 2, purpose. Describe why you are applying to graduate school and your specific research interests, including the names of faculty members with whom you would like to work. Okay, all right, there are so many other prompts here, but time won't permit me to read all of them. So basically, that's what statement of purpose should be about. And we also have personal statements. Personal statement, they want to know about your background, how maybe growing up, some circumstances that you encountered have influenced your decision to pursue the program that you want to do. Maybe growing up, you lost your dad in a car accident. You may even use that as a motivation for graduate studies in the area of transportation engineering. So you may even start your personal statement with maybe more than anything that has kindled my desire to obtain maybe a Master of Science or PhD in transportation engineering was my father's maybe premature demise in a car accident, blah 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 blah. So when you say something like that, they know that it may not be your motivation. I'm not saying lie, but saying something like this, they'll know that you are really interested in graduate studies. Because you lost your dad in a car accident, you want to conduct research into transportation engineering, road safety, transportation safety, right? To come up with ways we can avoid accidents in the future. But if you start your essay with something like, ever since I was a kid, I've always been fascinated by cars. That story is really boring and it doesn't even sound credible, right? They might even drop they might trash your essay and pick up someone else's essay. All right. So when you're so let me just read sample personal statement prompts.
Okay.
For you to know what they require. All right, so this is from, I've forgotten the school. It should be Columbia University. Yeah, Columbia University.
Sure.
All right, so please describe within 1,000 words how your background and experiences influence your decision to pursue a graduate degree. Additionally, provide insights into your potential to contribute to a community of inclusion, belonging, and respect where scholars representing diverse backgrounds, perspectives, abilities, and experiences can learn and work productively and positively together. Within your personal statement, you may also include relevant information on any of the following. 1. How your personal, academic, and professional experiences demonstrate your ability to be both persistent and resilient, especially when navigating challenging circumstances. 2. How you engage with others and have facilitated or participated in productive teams. 3. How you have experienced or come to understand the barriers faced by others whose experiences and backgrounds may differ from your own. 4. If relevant, how your research interests focus on issues related to diversity, inclusion, access, inequality, or equity.
Okay.
5. Your service or leadership in efforts to advance diversity, inclusion, blah, blah, blah. 6. Additional context around any perceived gaps or weaknesses in your academic record. So this one, they are even giving you the opportunity to explain why you obtained a D in this course, right? So most American universities follow what we call a full file review of applications, right?
Sure.
The mere fact that you obtained A's in all the courses you took at the undergrad level, or the mere fact that you have a perfect GPA doesn't mean if you apply to other schools they should accept you. No, you can still get rejected with your perfect GPA. Why? Because they follow a holistic review of application. They don't just consider your transcript alone and give you admission. They don't just consider your engineering score alone and give you admission. Recently, one guy was crying that he has been rejected by one, in quotes, small university.
Wow.
America, despite having an impressive engineering score. And his engineering score is really impressive, very, very impressive, right? Then I was explaining to him that it's not just about your engineering score. They consider all the application documents. So anything that the school asks you to submit, take it as if that's the only document they are going to base on to give you the admission. And you put your best effort in all of them, be it letters of recommendation, be it, of course, you're not going to write the letters yourself, but you need to get people who know you well enough and can talk about your skills, right? Your experiences and how you contribute to the school you're applying to.
That's true.
Right? Be it statement of purpose, put maximum effort in everything. Of course, some things cannot be changed. If you are already done with your undergrad and you're applying to school, there's no way you can change your transcript unless maybe you indulge in some criminal stuff, but it's very unlikely that you can change your transcript. That doesn't mean you don't stand any chance. So many people reach out to me, Nat, I have second class law. So no, even if you have fourth class, fifth class, there are still offers for you, because I know people with the poorest of grades who are currently on fully funded scholarships in America, nice. US, Canada, even in European countries. Excuse me.
No problem.
Even in European countries, because it's not just about your transcript. All right, so that's if I say I'm continuing, you're not going to finish this. So if you have any specific question, you can ask me.
So viewers, it has really been an insightful, reflective session. I mean, to know how to apply for graduate school and knowing certain prerequisites needed for application. Thanks to our big boss here, NatDave Obeng Amoakun. Thanks, champ.
You're welcome.
So guys, if I know you know that you are new to this channel, don't forget to smash that subscribe button. And since you know and you can test the fact that this video has been insightful, don't forget to like and don't forget to drop something at the comment section. And watch out for episodes 2. Exactly, episode 2 will be answering certain questions. So please watch out for episode 2. I want to say I love you all and thanks for watching, and see you another time.